Hi, it's LeJanaro back with another video. I would like to say welcome to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and everyone who keeps coming back each time I post a new video. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. So today I am sewing up Butterick 6961 and I'm sewing view A here. And I'm using this knit fabric that I got from Fine Fabrics. It's a beautiful fabric. It was on the ITY knit aisle, but this is not an ITY knit. It feels more like rayon, like a rayon type knit. It's so nice. It's so flowy. I love all the different colors in it. I'm gonna have some left. I think I'm gonna give it to mommy. So she can make her like a skirt or something with it. But yeah, gonna make view A of Butterick 6961 using that fabric. This is not a tutorial, even though I do walk you through the steps. I don't really classify it as a tutorial. I guess because I don't show every single part of the sewing piece of it. Which leads me to a question. Let me know, when you're watching like a sew along or something like that, do you prefer to see all of the sewing? Reason I ask is because sometimes when I watch sew alongs, if it's just like a straight line or something like that, I think I have that down pretty good. It's great for beginners, but something like maybe a complicated zipper or fly front or button maybe, I think I would want to see that part of it. But if it's just, I'm just sewing down the arm, it's kind of just a straight sewing. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you like to see. Do you like to see the whole thing start to finish, including all of the sewing steps? Or do you just like it when people show you how to put the pieces together and maybe some sewing, but not every single step sewing? Let me know. So let's go ahead and get to me making this top. All right, so I'm going to start with the back pieces. For the back, you cut 2 pieces. You have 3 notches right here. So what I'm going to do, starting at the notches, I'm going to pin, and then I'm going to pin all the way down. I'll line this back up. Right, then you take this to the sewing machine and you sew down that edge. But before I do that, I'm going to grab the hood or the collar. Right, this is the collar. You cut 1 on the fold and you have 3 notches here. You pin down this edge Right, and take this to the sewing machine and sew down that pinned edge. So I'm going to take this and the back pieces to the sewing machine and sew. Okay, so this is the collar. I keep wanting to call it the hood, but it's a collar. I sewed down the curved edge. So what you're gonna do, you press it, of course, then you take it and place it with the wrong sides facing, so that then the right side is facing up. You just even that out. Right, like that. Right, so place it with wrong side facing, so now the right side is facing up. You can set this aside because you won't need it until you finish putting your top together. Right, so here is the back piece. Make sure you press. I'm gonna open it up so now it's one full back piece. Got my shoulder seams here. You're going to take your front piece, because you cut your front piece on the fold, and you're going to place them with right sides facing, and you're going to pin them at the shoulder seams. I'm just going to make sure you all can see. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to open up my front piece. Place it on top with right sides facing. And pin at these shoulder seams. You should have notches to match up. Alright, going to take this to the sewing machine. I'm going to sew my shoulder seams together. I'm not going to show that part. So I'm putting in the sleeves using the flat method after I sew my shoulder seams together. But if you don't want to do the flat method, you can take this to the sewing machine. You can pin your sides together, and you can go ahead and sew down your sides if you want to. That's a different way to put your sleeves in. So let's say you decide to do that. You sew up your shoulder seams and then you sew down your side seams. What you would do is you would take your sleeves and you would take one of them and put them with right sides facing, and you would sew down that edge of your sleeve, and then you would pin that part of your sleeve. I don't know what that method is called. So I never do it, so I never figured out what it was called. So you would take this part of your sleeve and then you would pin it to this part of your top. You would place them with right sides facing and you would pin them together. Maybe I'll do one. Maybe I'll do one side just to show you. So, anywho. So, what I would do, I'm going to go ahead and pin. I'm sure you've seen this before with other garments. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pin down. I have my shoulder seams pinned, but I'm also going to go ahead and pin down my side. I'm just going to do one side just to show you. Because I know I don't like people to try to explain something to me by just talking and not showing. I'm like, you need to show me how to do that. And then the other side I'll do with the flat method, because that's what I'm used to. I don't know why I'm trying to be different today. Alright, so I'm going to sew my shoulder seams, both of them. Then I'm going to sew down this side. And all I did was put these two pieces with right sides facing and pin down the side. Alright, so now I got to figure out which sleeve goes. Because you want to make sure you do the right sleeve. But you take your sleeve, place it with right sides facing, pin down the side, and then sew down the side. I'm not going to show the sewing part because it's just me sewing straight up, zigzag stitch down the sides. And I'll be back. Okay, so I have my shoulder seam sewed up and I sewed down the side. This is my sleeve. Put right sides facing and sew down that edge. I'm going to take my sleeve and I'm going to place it with, I'm turning to the right side. Right. So you have some notches here. You should have some notches on the back of your top and the front of your top. So go ahead, take your sleeve and place it on the inside, right, of this hole. Right? And you're going to match up your notches. And pin those. Now somehow my notches, my back notches are missing. So we gonna be playing, and I just pinned where my seams were under my arm. My notches are on my sleeve pattern piece, but not my top. So I don't know how I missed that, but we gonna make it work. And you just basically pin all the way around. I haven't read the instructions, so this may very well be the way that they're telling you to pin the sleeve. Because I know some patterns, all patterns don't do the flat method, so usually when I'm working with knit, I just go ahead and do the flat method. Alright, so I'll finish pinning that in a minute. And you just sew around the edge. I just want to go ahead and put this other sleeve in. So on the other side, I'm going to do the flat method. I open my top up. Alright, this is the front, this is the back. Take my sleeve, place it with right sides facing, match your notches, And again, I got my front notches, but somehow the back notches are missing. Boy, I tell you. I just lost the pen. Oh, here it is. And then I'm going to match my imaginary notches over here. Because like I said, I got my sleeve notches, it's just not the back. It's gonna work out. I've done this a lot. Y'all know I don't hide my faux pas from y'all. You should have also had like some circles on your pattern pieces. Those help you as well to line up your things correctly. All right. I don't know how well you can see what I'm doing on this part, but I'm just lining everything up so I can pin it. So I'm going to finish pinning my sleeve, and then I will meet you at the sewing machine. I'm going to sew around once I get it pinned, and then sew that other sleeve. So I got the one sleeve sewn where I did the other method. This is it here, so I can just pull it out so you can see that this side of the top is complete. So that is that method of doing the sleeve. Now I did the flat method on this side. Did the flat method on this side. I'm just going to take the top, place it with the right side spacing. Alright, just going to place it with right side spacing. And I'm going to pin from the sleeve all the way down the side, and then I'll take it to the sewing machine and sew it together. You should have some notches on your sleeve and on your front and back piece. I don't think I cut any notches on this back pattern piece. What is going on? Oh. Let that be lesson of the day. Make sure you cut all of your notches, or mark all of your notches. Everyone doesn't cut their notches. But make sure you mark them. All your dots, all your notches. I'm just going to take this to the sewing machine. I probably won't film that part. But I'm just going to sew all the way down the side, starting at the sleeves. And while I got you here, well, no, I'll wait because I got to turn the top to the right side to do that. So in order to hem, once I'm finished, sewing down the sides. Because this is a curved hem, I may not sew it right away. I might let it hang a little bit. I'm not sure if I will or not. But anyway, what I usually do when I have a curved hem like this, I make sure I press my hem all the way around. I press it and I pin it. Whatever, the hem is supposed to be, whether it's supposed to be an inch, half an inch, I use my iron and I just press it and I pin it. That helps it to stay in place because it's such a deep curve and you're not having so many issues and your hem doesn't look wonky. So that's a tip. If you have a curved hem, I use my iron. Like I said, I iron my hem. Most of the time I do a double fold. I'll fold it once and then I'll fold it again. I'll press that and then I'll put a pin to hold it in place. So that helps me with my curved hems. All right, I'll be back to add the collar. And after that, all I have to do is hem. Okay, so y'all should see me trying to ease from around the camera. All right, it's all sewn together. I'm going to turn it to the right side. This fabric is so pretty. I think I want to get me some more and make some pants. I don't have enough left to make any pants, but let's see if they have any more. They might. Sometimes I look up and find fabrics and find something new. Let me spread it out so y'all can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it all, but I'll take pictures at some point. I really need a haircut. But that's pretty. All right, so the collar. So I got to turn to the right side. I'm going to take the collar. I'm going to find my notches. There we go. So I'm going to take this collar. This is the raw edges down here. I'm going to take this collar. Make sure I got to turn the right way. And I'm going to place the top on the inside of the collar. Right? I'm going to find the notches again on the collar and the top. Alright, there's notches on the collar. Here's the notches on the top. Oh, y'all. Second set of notches way over here. Let me just turn this right. Okay. I was like, where are my other notches? I know I didn't forget to, okay. Try this again. These are the right set of notches. I tickle myself sometimes. All right, and here's the other set of notches. All right, then I'm just going to pin around the rest of this collar to the top. You got your seams back here on the back because you have a center back seam and then you have a seam on this collar. You can go ahead and match that up. Makes it kind of a little bit more, makes it easier to match things up when you're pinning, when you do that. Your notches, and then if you have a seam, you have seams that you can match up. That's a good way to. That helps me even and spread everything out nicely for this collar. So the only thing I have left to do is sew this collar. And I'm just going to sew around. Now, I don't know if I'm going to remember to say this in the intro because I haven't filmed the intro yet. This pattern has a facing. And I don't fool with facings like that. So you're doing this pattern and you're reading the instructions and you go, wow, where's her facing? I didn't use it. I'm not fool with facings. I don't like them. Alright, so I'm just going to take this to the sewing machine and sew around. Then all I have left to do is to hem my sleeves, and then I'll let this hang for a little while. Then I will press. I don't know if you were able to see what I was doing the last time I did this, but I'll press. I'll fold over once and then I'll fold over again. Whatever, I got to look at the pattern and see what the how much you're supposed to fold over this hem. And I'll half that. Let's say it's 1 inch. I'll fold over 1/2 inch and then I'll fold over another 1/2 inch. Press it, pin it, and once I finish, then I'll sew around. And that will help me, that will help the sewing process better around that curve. But I won't make y'all suffer through all of that. When I come back, you will see a finished top. Okay, so full disclaimer, I still haven't hemmed the top. So Butterick 6961, view A. A very easy, very straightforward make. I recommend this for beginners. It's good for knit fabrics. It's something that you can wear with pants, leggings, a skirt. I can see a nice pencil skirt with it. Very, very, very nice pattern. You can dress it up. You can dress it down, however you want to dress it. It has another view. I didn't want to do that view though. See if I can, yeah, here. I didn't want to do that view. Had a lot going on. I wanted a simple, straightforward make. I did go ahead and take pictures because I was going outside to take pictures with the Minerva. Got my hair cut. Because I was going to take pictures of the Minerva make. I went ahead and took pictures in this as well. But I still need to hem the bottom of it. But I say, you know what? Since I'm taking pictures, let me go ahead and take pictures. So I will show you those pictures. And then I'll pop a couple of pictures of the Minerva make at the end as well. Because I didn't want to do a whole separate video on that. Because you all have seen my 9337s. But yeah, very easy, very straightforward. I do want to make this again in some other colors and maybe in some solid colors because I like the top. Nice flowy top. I don't know when that will happen because I do want to start working on the bomber jacket that I was telling you all about in the other video. So second makes will be put on the back burner for now. So that is it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any questions for me, place them in the comments and I will answer them to the best of my ability. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. Question of the day, have you made Butterick 6961? Let me know. I believe they have something similar to this in an older pattern. I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, let me know if you've made that or if you would like to make it now that you've seen how easy it is to put together. All right, I'll see you all in the next video.